Hello guy, what's up? Today we talking about Saitama. Saitama currently works for Hero Association as a B-class hero. However, when he was accepted he was even a lower rank, C-class hero. Saitama's profession requires from him to protect everyone who is living in Z City. Saitama has a hero nicknamed Cape Baldy, which he got while working for Hero Association. Little is known about Saitama's past except that he watched a lot of superhero shows as a kid and dreamed of becoming a hero himself. More than 3 years prior to the start of the storyline, Saitama was an unemployed man on a job hunt. One day, after yet another failed interview, a nihilistic feeling, Saitama was wandering the streets and encountered Krabranti. From that moment on, Saitama's hero story begins. 1. When deciding how to present Saitama to the public, one author of One Punch Man decided to go with a rather simplistic design since there were so many cool-looking superheroes all around the world. What's more, one believes that heroes' coolness comes from their spirit, not their looks. 2. On question in which scene did Yusuf Murata put his passion the most in? Murata, One Punch Man illustrator, has said that it was the first story of Saitama. Murata had trouble because it felt like he didn't capture the whole being of Saitama because he felt a desperate sense of duty to draw it well. The next scene he put in his passion the most in is the duel between Saitama and Burroughs. 3. Since Saitama was based off of Anpanman, his costume was made similar to Anpanman. Anpanman had a red jumpsuit with yellow gloves and boots. When we reverse these colors, we get Saitama's costume. Anpanman is a Japanese picture book series written by Takashi Yanase, running from 1973 until 2013 following his death. During the Second World War, Takashi Yanase experienced starvation many times, which made him dream about eating anpan, a bean jam-filled pastry. This inspired the creation of the 4. At the very beginning of One Punch Man manga, the color of the cape which Saitama wears is red. This was during House of Evolution Arcade. However, the cape color was to change to white during Meteor Arcade. 5. Unfortunately, in One Punch Man universe not everyone is impressed by Saitama's appearance. Many of Saitama's enemies and even allies see him as a weak person, without counting Genos and Kabuto Carnage, who managed to notice it on the first sight that he has a superhuman strength. 6. Since Saitama is not accepted by the rest of characters as the strongest man in the world, there are a few who know what he is capable of, and they are Genos and Kabuto Carnage, who were above mentioned, but Burroughs, Bang, Sonic, King, Fubuki and Licenseless Rider as well. 7. Saitama has a habit of arriving late at the battle scene when all other registered heroes have been already defeated, which means there is none left to praise him after he defeats the villain. We could say that is the main reason for Saitama not being popular hero. 8. According to Genos, Saitama's true potential is not in appearance, but by doing his best in training himself he managed to receive his superhuman strength in just 3 years. 9. According to One Punch Man, Hero Perfection Q&A1 has said that Saitama, before he got jobless, was working part-time in a convenience store. This was shown in one's picture diary on his old home page. There is a scene where Robber is pointing a knife at Saitama, and all Saitama did was wondering where is the barcode of the knife. Saitama thought that the knife was one of the merchandise. 10. Before Saitama became professional hero, he lived very frugally with his savings. He was doing some troublesome part-time jobs. He spent as little of his saved-up money and living off vegetables given to him by people he saved. It goes back 3 years ago prior to the story. In One Punch Man Episode 1, we had a chance to see Saitama saving a kid who drew nipples with a permanent marker on a guy who looks like a crab, Crablanti. Forced at the end to fight Crablanti, and the feeling of the victory later on, made Saitama train for the next 3 years to achieve superhuman strength and become a hero. 12. One has said that Saitama's specialty is in running. Saitama is bad at sports like football, tennis, etc. Saitama is bad at team sports in general. 13. There are a few connections between Saitama and Mob Psycho 100 stories. Mob Psycho 100 is also written by one. Firstly, Saitama had a cameo appearance in a dream sequence in Chapter 80.5 of Mob Psycho 100. 14. Saitama was also seen, in a Chapter 200 yen of OPM, wearing a shirt which has Mob Psycho 1 million written on it. In the 12th chapter called Paradise Group there is a Mob Psycho 100 manga on the floor near Saitama's futon. Lastly, Mob Psycho 100 character called Arataka Raigen has Saitama as a background on his cell phone in Chapter 9.5. 15. Saitama's voice actor also gives his voice to Yataro Kinaichi from Haikyuu. 16. In Saitama's final fight, in the first season of One Punch Man, against Burroughs, Saitama was sent to the moon by Burroughs. Saitama made a comeback by jumping from the moon to the Earth, and it took him only 1.5 seconds to reach the Earth. The distance between the moon and the Earth is 384,400 kilometers, so Saitama's speed was 256,266 kilometers/s. Speed of light is 299,792 kilometers/s. Since this was not Saitama's full power, we can conclude that Saitama can go beyond speed of light. 17. Each Sunday, Saitama makes a reference to Hunter x Hunter without us noticing that. At the near end of the opening of the anime, Saitama places his left hand over his right hand while preparing to strike. This is considered to be a parody of Gonfrey X's signature attack called Rock,